Hi, I'm Dave Farah. Welcome to MMA Fix here on the Fight Network. On this episode, we'll visit UFC light heavyweight Stephan Bonnar as he prepares for his UFC 100 bout against Mark Coleman. Stephan is training at Frank Mir's gym, Striking Unlimited. I'll talk to Stephan about his training, and we'll also talk to renowned Muay Thai coach Mark DellaGrotte of the famed City of Tong in Somerville, Massachusetts. DellaGrotte was personally flown in by Frank Mir to help him get ready for his big fight with Brock Lesnar. DellaGrotte has been pulling double time, training both his former student Bonner and Frank Mir.
Hey everybody, I'm Arianny Celeste here on MMA Fix, bringing you this week's biggest headlines in mixed martial arts. It's official. The rumored to be fledgling Affliction Promotion will put on their third show this coming August 1st, featuring Fedor Emelianenko versus Josh Barnett as a headlining bout. In UFC news, welterweight Anthony Rumble Johnson is forced out of the Ultimate Fighter 9 finale. Johnson has suffered a knee injury which will take him out of the June 20th fight against the immortal Matt Brown for the Tough 9 finale broadcast on Spike TV. Brown now has also announced that he will be taking extra time to nurse his nagging injuries. More injuries plaguing the UFC as Cheick Kongo replaces Heath Herring. Fast-rising Wolfslayer Academy standout Cheick Kongo has stepped in for the injured Heath Herring in a heavyweight clash against the American Kickboxing Academy's Cain Velasquez at UFC 99 on June 13th at the Lanxess Arena in Cologne, Germany. Also slated for UFC 99, Cro Cop vs. Al Turk. Feared heavyweight striker Mirko Cro Cop will make his long-awaited return in the Ultimate Fighting Championship at UFC 99 against Cage Rage veteran Mostafa Al Turk. Al Turk was supposed to fight Todd Duffy, but that bout has since been nixed in the wake of Cro Cop's return. Now, as Greasegate allegations come to an official halt, BJ Penn says he never wants to fight in Nevada again. Penn made this declaration in a recently released video blog on his official website. The UFC lightweight kingpin blasted Nevada State Athletic Commission executive Keith Kaiser since no official action was taken on the Greasegate controversy surrounding his loss to George St. Pierre at UFC 94. And finally, in our news, Andrei Arlovski has joined the Strikeforce promotion and is set to fight Brett Rogers. The former UFC heavyweight champion signed with the California-based promotion to take on Elite XC veteran Brett the Grim Rogers on the main card of the June 6th Showtime broadcast. Strikeforce heavyweight title holder Alistair Overeem, who was initially expected to take on Rogers but is pulled out with a hand injury, is now expected to defend his title for the first time in over a year against the winner of Arlovski versus Rogers.
Can you tell us about tonight's win?
The victory was perfect for me. I am very, very happy, and I want to show my belt for everybody. I'm very happy.
How does it feel to be the new light heavyweight champion?
Oh, I don't have words. I don't have words. I just enjoy my victory.
Did you feel that it was a relatively easy fight tonight?
No. It's very hard, very, very, very difficult to fight because Rashad is a great fight. He's a tough fighter. He's a strategic fight. But today, I was better than him. Tomorrow, nobody knows.
Welcome back to the MMA show. Is it time to recalibrate the weight class? Now it is time to go inside the fighter's mind.
What's your most productive time of day? Odds are it's not after lunch. According to researchers, that's when 74% of us hit the wall. Now you can get over that wall with 5-Hour Energy. Just one quick drink of 5-Hour Energy will help you feel alert and productive for hours. 5-Hour Energy is packed with B vitamins, enzymes, and amino acids, 0 sugar, and just enough caffeine. So when you hit the wall, drink a 5-Hour Energy. It's available at these fine stores or go to 5hourenergy.com.
Good. Tell her I'm not going to stop. I'm going to win. Now you're my enemy. Only 5 of you got to go to Thailand.
Welcome back to MMA Fix on the Fight Network. Earlier this week, I joined Stephan Bonnar at Striking Unlimited as he trained with legendary Muay Thai coach Mark DellaGrotte. For the MMA Fix, my name is Dave Farah alongside Stephan Bonnar at Striking Unlimited. Unusual that I find you here.
Got my coach Mark DellaGrotte here from Boston, working with Frank, so I'm going to come work with them.
Watch, like this, it's one thing. See it? You see what it did? Stefan's always a project of mine. He's always been a student of mine. Since he relocated to Las Vegas, it's a little more difficult to keep my hands on him, but he's out here with Sergio Pena. He's out here at Randy Couture's training with Sean Tompkins. He's got Jimmy Gifford. He's got everybody, the best in the world that's out here around him. He's in the fight capital of the world, so I know he's in good hands. Me and Stefan have a good rapport. Kenny Florian introduced me to Stefan after season 1, and we hit it off. You click with some people, and some people, don't respond as well to coaching. I like to think a likable guy, easy, laid back. I'm not don't have an attitude in the gym. I'm very open to new ideas and new suggestions, and Stefan is too. And that's what made us click well. I took him over to Thailand. He spent some time with my trainers over in Thailand. He got bit by the bug, fell in love with Thailand and Thai boxing, and has been a student of mine ever since.
Let's talk about your last fight. John Jones, tough loss. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Dude was tough and real explosive. Caught me with a big shot in the first, and really didn't start shaking the cobwebs out till the third. I kept clinching with him, which wasn't part of the plan. I think it was just because I was knocked a little silly, to be honest with you.
I think after Stefan's last performance, he's looking to step it up. I don't think he was very pleased with his last performance. I know he's fought better in the past, and he knows that, and he wants to show everybody that wasn't the Stephan Bonnar that people have known and come to love.
How did your cardio feel in that fight?
Cardio felt good. I just felt really flat. I don't know what it was. I think I might have trained too hard like the last week, and cardio felt like I could have fought all day.
This is a really important fight for Stephan Bonnar's career. What are you doing to make sure that he wins this one?
We're working real hard right now. We know we're up against the legend, Mark Coleman. He's got tons of strength. He's got tons of experience, but Stephan Bonnar is going to show up to fight against Mark Coleman. I guarantee that.
See it? It's called Jutsao. Look.
Coleman had some cardio issues in his last fight against Hua. Do you think that that's going to be something that you'll see in this fight as well?
Well, he's here working on that. I've heard last fight he was in Ohio. He didn't train really much at the heavy bag, but going to try to, fight how I always do, which is fast pace. But I can't bank on him getting tired.
Anybody that faces Mark Coleman as a trainer working with any fighter always takes the conditioning into factor. I don't think it's a secret that, Mark is not the best cardio, and that's not because Mark doesn't work hard. It's just because he carries a lot around. He's a big guy, and, it's like somebody like our size wearing a weighted vest everywhere we go. He's got big muscles. They weigh a lot, and he has to lug those around, and we actually look to exploit him in that area. We want to take him into deep water. We want to get him tied. We want to get those hands down, and that's when we're going to go for the kill, go for that knockout.
Stefan's got a great chin. He's very well-rounded, but what are you doing to improve his Muay Thai specifically?
Stefan's actually learning how to fight like a lefty now. He's emulating Anderson Silva for Forrest. We're bringing in all different training partners for these guys. Stephan is he's looking to get better everywhere. If he feels good as a righty and he does great against you as a righty, he'll challenge himself and he'll go as a lefty. You can look to see Stephan take the fight everywhere. Lefty stance, righty stance, up and down. The only thing we really want to watch out for is being belly-belly with Mark Coleman. We know he's a bigger, stronger guy. And again, we're looking to take him into deep water.
Get the right nose stance wider. If I'm here like this and I want to shoot that double, see, it's one thing. But if I go like this, now look, see my knee? See, I use my knee too.
Stephan Bonnar is one of the few guys in the UFC that you'll see actually throw a taekwondo kick from time to time. Are you trying to break him of that, or do you like that?
Not at all. You know, old habits that work should stay those habits. So the last thing I'm going to do is, you know, take those weapons away from him. In my career, I've become known more as the trainer who modifies rather than rebuilds. You know, I'm not going to break down the engine, and I'm not going to rebuild the whole thing. I'm going to modify it. I'm going to tune it up, and I'm going to make the necessary adjustments we need to be successful and win that race. And that's what we're doing with Stephan right now.
UFC 2009 Undisputed. Available now, rated T for teen.
In a world that shows no mercy, when there's no second chance, there is now a new way to get total domination over the competition. Behold the power of high voltage.
Super Channel Fights and Hennessy Sports proudly present a championship boxing event live. Willing to fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. Unrivaled boxers lay it all on the line in the ultimate matchups. Available in Canada only to Super Channel subscribers. Hennessy Championship Boxing, May 23rd at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Super Channel Fights.
Good, 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 good. Tell her I'm not going to stop. I'm going to win. Now you're my enemy. Only 5 of you going to go to Thailand.
Up next, our full interview with Mark DellaGrotte, who flew into Vegas to train Frank Mir for his upcoming UFC 100 heavyweight title match against Brock Lesnar. Mark has his hands full at this time, working with Bonner, Mir, and Kenny Florian, who will challenge BJ Penn for the UFC lightweight title in August. The MMA Fix is at Striking Unlimited in Las Vegas, and I'm standing next to Mark DellaGrotte in Las Vegas. What are you doing here, man?
They imported me, man. They brought me out from Boston. You know, the list continues to grow. People that looking to get together with me. It's a big honor. You know, I'm out here at Striking Unlimited with Ken Hahn. We got Robert Drysdale, Jimmy Gifford. You know, we brought in Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner, a bunch of great sparring partners, man. And it's been a great time, man. I've been out here for a week, and I'm tempted to stick around a little longer.
Would you ever consider moving your camp to Las Vegas?
It'd be tough to move my whole camp. I think what I'd probably end up doing, and I've actually put some thought into this, is I'd probably continue to do what I've done in Boston and continue my gym and have some of my higher students run it. And maybe someday look to open a branch here in Las Vegas.
Let's talk about a couple of the boys that you're working with for UFC 100. First and foremost, Frank Mir.
He's a handful. You know, I don't have many heavyweights that I work with. This is my first heavyweight project. It's been a dream, man, to have a heavyweight, and to not only have a heavyweight, but to have a champ, you know, to have a UFC champ. It's a great pleasure. It's a great opportunity. Frank's a great guy. He's been very hospitable to me. I'm very comfortable here at Striking Unlimited, and, you know, it's just been a blast. You know, he's very easy to work with, very coachable, and he's very well-rounded for a heavyweight. It's tough to teach a lot of fighters new things, but what sticks out in my mind is that it's really not with Frank. You know, Frank's like a sponge. You know, normally you teach some people some new tricks, and they tend to kind of not want to learn them. Like, they don't feel like their strengths or their go-to moves, so they kind of push them away and say, well, you know, I'd rather work on things that I'm good at already. And that's a big mistake a lot of fighters make. You know, they don't want to feel clumsy in the gym. They don't want to feel like they're starting over. In order to learn and in order to continue to grow, you've got to be doing new things all the time. And that's what I've enjoyed most with Frank. You know, I'm showing him Filipino martial arts and Indonesian martial arts, and we're doing Wing Chun and trapping, and it's all applicable to MMA, but this kid's like a sponge. You know, he wants to learn everything. If I told him that Tai Chi would help him win the fight against Brock, he'd be in here doing Tai Chi.
What is Frank going to pick up in the next 8 weeks to really solidify his place as the champ?
Frank has actually picked up a lot of tricks this week. We've really added some technical aspects to his game. You know, a lot of heavyweights rely on strength and power, you know, and some smarter heavyweights should need and should rely more on timing and mobility and cardio, and having good technical skills. You know, Frank's actually showing me that as a heavyweight, he still moves and can look and fight like a lightweight fighter, and that's what's going to make him dangerous on July 11th.
Let's talk about your boy Kenny Florian, man. He is setting the world on fire. He's all over the place when it comes to doing media stuff, but of course, huge fight coming up with BJ Penn at 101. What are you doing to get him ready for this fight that is going to be a career-defining moment for him either way?
Kenny Florian has never stopped training. You know, if it's not BJ or the opponent before, it's going to be somebody else that's going to be in his targets and in his sights. You know, I have a lot of trouble getting people into the gym. Kenny Florian, I have a lot of trouble getting out of the gym. You know, there's never an off season for Kenny Florian. He doesn't want to necessarily, well, he wants to be the champ. He wants to be the UFC lightweight champ, but more importantly, he wants to beat BJ Penn. He wants to be known as not only the UFC champion, but the guy who beat BJ Penn. He's hungry for this fight. BJ has been a friend of ours for a long time. We respect him immensely. It's an honor to fight him, but I think more it's proving ground for Kenny. Kenny has come a long way in his career, and he's at the point now where he really wants to prove himself as a reckoning force in the lightweight division. He's going to do that on August 8th.
Is Kenny your proudest accomplishment to date?
Kenny is probably my most established fighter in the UFC. Another fighter that's really on the rise, up and coming, that was kind of brought back from the dead is Marcus Davis. You know, there's a lot of guys that are in the gym, but you know, Kenny Florian, Marcus Davis, you know, guys like Patrick Cote that were kind of in a losing streak, in a slump. You know, people didn't respect them, and now on top of the world. And that's been my project lately, Kenny and Marcus. I think those guys are kind of hot right now. Those are the guys that are making things happen at Sit Your Tongue.
I was just on Florian's Twitter page, and he said that he's actually up there right now rolling around with GSP and the boys and having a great time and getting some good training. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. You know, I'm very open-minded to new ideas, and you know what? From a coach's perspective, if GSP and Faraz and their whole camp have a couple wins against BJ Penn, they obviously know something that we don't. So we want to pick their brain. You know, and George St. Pierre has been a longtime friend of mine. I had the great pleasure and honor of working with him on season 4 of The Ultimate Fighter, and he's a tremendous athlete. He's a great teacher. He's very focused. He's very strategic, and it's very in the line of how Kenny Florian trains. He trains hard. He's a very smart fighter. He looks at everything. He breaks everything down on paper. Kenny's brother, Keith Florian, another tactical trainer, another scientist, as I like to call it. You know, that blends perfectly with George St. Pierre and his camp. They're a very tactical, methodical team. You know, you got Greg Jackson, you got Faraz, you got everybody up there, and they obviously know what they're doing because they have accumulated a couple wins against BJ. So we're looking to take advantage of that friendship and that opportunity, and we're looking to exploit BJ again on August 8th.
No one's going to know the answer better to this question than you. Greasegate 2009. Lay it all out there, man.
No comment. You know, I think, certain cornermen and people that work corners and seconds, as they call in the fight game, have certain rituals and certain things that they do. And sometimes when you're in the heat of the battle, you know, you don't realize, you may be doing something that's upsetting the officials or upsetting the athletic commissioner. I don't think they did anything out of the ordinary. It wasn't something that they did specifically for BJ. You know, I know Phil Nurse very well. I've coached against him. I've coached with him in the Muay Thai circuit. He's from New York. He's an East Coast boy. I know he's a solid guy. He's a reputable guy and very well respected. And I know he would never do anything to deliberately cheat. He knows better than that for himself and for his camp, and more importantly, the integrity of the sport. As far as I'm concerned, I think Phil and Greg Jackson were just doing what they always do, and somebody saw something that they didn't see before, and I think BJ threw up a big flag, and you know, maybe BJ took it a little further because that's all he had at the time. You know, I think it's irrelevant now.
Going back to the Sean Tompkins tip, he was talking about Wanderlei Silva and how he's kind of on Brazilian time now, and he's not taking his training as seriously as he once was. Talk about Thai time, if you would, just how it's different from U.S. time.
Thai time and Brazilian time is like DellaGrotte time. It's a half hour after the said time to be. You know, it becomes difficult. You know, I mean, these guys have busy careers. They have family lives. You know, and you know, Wanderlei's been at it for a long time. You know, he's not a young kid anymore. You know, he's been there, he's did it, he's done it, and sometimes it takes a little more to get a guy like that into the gym. You know, he's tasted victory before. He knows what it tastes like. Some guys like the taste and they want to go back for more, and it makes them more hungry. It spikes their appetite. And other guys just kind of go through the motions. You know, Wanderlei is a legend and always will be. You know, maybe he's just coming to the end of his career. It's tough for me to say. I don't have my hands on him. But I know that, like I said, it's tough to get a lot of fighters into the gym. But the ones that usually the reckoning forces are the ones that won't leave the gym at night.
Who's on your wish list? Who's one fighter that you're just dying to get your hands on right now?
Offensively or defense? Like to work with or to go after him?
Both.
You know,
I hear the answer to both.
I'll be honest with you. There's not a fighter out there that I wouldn't be willing to work with unless it interfered with somebody that I had plans for, like Kenny Florian. Sorry, BJ. You know, maybe someday, but not before Kenny. You know, and other guys like, you know, Dan Hardy. You know, he's facing Marcus Davis. That's one fighter I'm not going to train, especially with the attitude and how he's been building up the fight. You know, I know Marcus isn't very pleased with him. My knowledge is to be shared with as many people as I can touch with, as I can touch on this earth. It's like having a gift that is useless, and if I don't share it, it doesn't grow. It's like having a samurai sword that is useless unless it's passed down to generation. My teachers in Thailand, Kru Toy and Kru Yatong, the owner of the Sit Yatong camp, blessed me with the gift of knowledge in the art of Muay Thai, and it's my duty and obligation to touch as many people on earth as I can.
You're very polished, but I'm not going to let you off the hook that easy. Who do you want? Who do you want?
You know, Machida is somebody I'd really like to work with. I think all those guys. You know, I've yet to tap into the Brazilian market, so to say. You know, Anderson is a friend of mine. I'm a big fan of Anderson's. I knew who Anderson was long before, you know, most fans in the sport knew who Anderson was. I almost lost a good friend of mine, Rich Franklin, because I bet against him against the fight, and him and his wife Beth hated me for a little while there. But you know, I know the game. I know the game well. Anderson is one of my favorites. I not only want to work with him, but I want to also be the guy that actually beats him too. You know, it's a respect thing. You know, if you would ask me who I'd want to fight, I'd probably tell you Bruce Lee, and everybody said, why would you want to do that? Is that disrespectful? That's the highest form of flattery. You know, that tells me that that's the highest level, what I need to test to see what type of level I'm at. I've yet to be challenged from a coach's perspective, working with somebody like Anderson, like Machida, and it's a dream. You know, I like all those guys from the Black House. Ed Soares is a friend of mine, great manager, great guy, and you know, someday, hopefully, maybe I'll tap into that Brazilian market as well.
Pleasure to talk to you. I'm glad you're in Las Vegas. I hope you come out west eventually, and best of luck with your guys at UFC 100.
Pleasure's all mine. As they say in Thailand, Cup Kun Cup. Thank you very much. Thanks, tap out.
Oh, it's real. It's damn real. In a world that shows no mercy, when there's no second chance, there is now a new way to get total domination over the competition. Behold the power of high voltage.
This is you after an energy drink. Unfortunately, so is this. Why do energy drinks make you crash? 1 minute you're wired up, the next you feel worse than before. The answer is large amounts of sugar and caffeine. That's why you should try a new liquid energy shot called 5-Hour Energy. With 5-Hour Energy, you can leave grogginess behind and sail through your day without feeling jittery, tense, or you know. That's because 5-Hour Energy contains a powerful blend of B vitamins for energy, amino acids for focus and better mood, and enzymes to help you feel it faster. There's zero sugar, about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and only 8 calories. The 2-ounce shot takes just seconds to drink, and in minutes you're feeling awake, alert, and productive. And that feeling lasts for hours. So if your energy drink makes you crash, switch to 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later. Find out if 5-Hour Energy is right for you. It's available at these fine stores. Or for more information, go to 5hourenergy.com.
630 by Evans. Yoshino and Dragon Kid in.
Hi, I'm Ben Folks from CagePotato.com. I'm here to cover UFC 98 in Las Vegas, also known as the Sun's Anvil. I'm here in the lovely Motel 6. This is the reality, people. This is what it's like. It's not as glamorous as you think, is it? It's Motel 6, $30 a night. In a pool with a bunch of weird people. There it is. I said it. I put it out there. But you know, you get used to it, and it's all about the fights. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm sitting in this dark, kind of weird smelling Motel 6 room, reading Deliverance, watching TV, and playing on my computer. It's all for love of MMA. I love MMA so much that I was doing it for free writing about it for free back when nobody even thought of paying you. I started writing about it when I was in grad school. A friend of mine ran an MMA website, and he still runs a bunch of fighter websites. And just a few of us who were writers and also MMA fans started writing about it. And somehow, through some strange series of events, I lucked into a job where that's all I do is cover MMA. And while it took a while to convince my parents that that was a real job, now I'm living the dream, as you see.
And now our special co-host, Arianny Celeste, takes UFC welterweight Matt Riddle to see the fight dentist Adam Persky.
Hey everybody, Arianny Celeste here for MMA Fix on RawVegas.tv and the Fight Network. We're here in Las Vegas with the fight dentist, Dr. Adam Persky. Dr. Persky is also my dentist, but as you can see, my teeth are already perfect.
They don't need any work.
So we're going to put UFC welterweight Matt Riddle in the chair.
With Matt today, he has a fight in, I think, August in Philadelphia, UFC 101. And we're going to make a custom mouth guard and customize the art for him. We'll also show you some of the other mouth guards we've made. We do them all for the Ultimate Fighter TV show and a lot of the UFC fighters. This we're going to do in the office today. But the beauty of my mouth guards is that they can be done by mail order. And you can do the mouth guard at home, mail us the impression, and you get the same mouth guard that Matt's wearing, the guys in the Ultimate Fighter are wearing, and most of the guys that fight, and girls that fight in the MMA and boxing world.
So you have an upcoming fight in August. Who are you fighting?
I'm fighting Dan Kramer from, he was on the same season as me, of the Ultimate Fighter 7, so...
Is he your friend? Do you like him?
I like him. I mean, we were on a talking basis, but I haven't heard from him since we signed the contract, so...
Well, yeah, you got to do that when you're about to kick someone's ass, right?
I guess so. You know, I just go in there and do what I do, so...
Very cool.
And we stick it in like this. And you could turn that on and just rinse his mouth out.
Ew.
Don't make him choke. So we do the impression, and then we just pop it out. Great, we get an impression. This gets sent to the lab, and in about 3 to 4 weeks, we get a custom mouth guard. And Matt says his name on it, Riddle, and I'll let him put it in. And you see he bites down, bite down on it. There's plenty of room for breathing. It has his name on it. And like I said, we can do anything on a mouth guard.
I love it.
Dr. Persky, I was wondering, I have a fight this Saturday, UFC 98. Can you tell me how my teeth look?
Let's get you in the chair and clean them right now before the fight.
All right, good idea.
So Matt, you up. We'll put the mask on. I know you got great teeth because we've seen these before. And they're perfect.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of MMA Fix. We'd like to thank our special guest host, Arianny Celeste. I'm Dave Farah from RawVegas.tv and the Fight Network. Have a good night, and we'll see you here next week.
Good. Tell her I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna win. Now you're my enemy. Only 5 of you go to Thailand.
What's your most productive time of day? Odds are it's not after lunch. According to researchers, that's when 74% of us hit the wall. Now you can get over that wall with 5-Hour Energy. Just one quick drink of 5-Hour Energy will help you feel alert and productive for hours. 5-Hour Energy is packed with B vitamins, enzymes, and amino acids, 0 sugar, and just enough caffeine. So when you hit the wall, drink a 5-Hour Energy. It's available at these fine stores or go to 5hourenergy.com.
You can see reaching. He's so close.
He's got his hand on it.
Got a hold of it. Oh, look at
Oh, man! Step into the ring, the Fight Network!